Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back, your lovely faces, to another video here on the channel. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail, Tina Shen, who was the CEO of TimesUp, has also resigned, along with Roberta Kaplan, which we covered last week. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. The karma is finally catching up to these people, and it's absolutely glorious. So what we're going to do, we're going to scurry on over there and we're going to have a little look. So this is what we got. TimesUp CEO Tina Shen steps down amid growing Cuomo backlash. The move comes on the heels of the executive's fellow legal defense fund co-founder Roberta Kaplan resigning over the organization's involvement in the former New York governor's response to claims against him. TimesUp CEO Tina Shen has resigned in the wake of a growing controversy involving the Gender Equities Group involvement in former New York governor's response to claims against him. Monifa Bandeli has been appointed interim CEO, the board of the organization stated on Thursday. Now is the time for TimesUp to evolve and move forward, as there is so much more work to do for women, wrote Tina Shen in a statement posted on social media. It is clear that I am not the leader who can accomplish that in this moment. The board of TimesUp released a statement that read in part, accepting her resignation today is the right thing to do to move the organisation forward, and we are grateful for her grace and leadership in pushing for more accountability in how TimesUp shows up across the country and to our stakeholders. In stepping into the interim CEO role, Bandel will be tasked with a mission to rebuild the organisation and honour and respect the experiences of survivors and the broader community of women at work whom we serve, the board of TimesUp stated. She was named TimesUp COO in October 2020, has been a driver in expanding TimesUp purview to include racial justice. Before joining TimesUp, she launched 2 legal cases regarding police misconduct in New York City and worked to pass landmark police reform legislation in the state of New York. The resignation of Shen follows an August 25th Washington Post story. There it is, guys. That revealed that Tina Shen had a more extensive role in advising Andrew Cuomo's office on how to address allegations made by Lindsey Boland than we previously acknowledged. According to the report, Shen told TimesUp staffers to stand down on releasing a statement in support of Boland. The Post story cited text message exchange between 5 senior TimesUp advisors, including Shen, that came a day after former TimesUp chairwoman Roberta Kaplan was briefed by a top Andrew Cuomo aide about his initial response to Boyle's allegations. August 9th, Kaplan, who co-founded the TimesUp Legal Defense Fund with Shen, stepped down from the organisation that was created with a mandate to stamp out this in the workplace. Earlier this week, Shen convened an emergency meeting to address the mounting fallout and remained defiant amid calls for a resignation from survivors. The organisation has been reeling since New York Attorney General Letitia James published a report that found that he did this 11 women and named TimesUp as among those who advised the disgraced governor on how to handle the claims. We're going to stop by there a moment, folks, because these are people who survivors have gone on and they're like, well, these people, they've come forward and they've said they're there to help me. Instead, they've actually gone and helped the actual person who has conducted these horrible things. Again, with Roberta Kaplan, we kind of knew that she is that type of person because she did defend Weinstein. She did defend Heard, you know. There's so many people that she is, and she's currently doing it as well. Her legal firm is with a guy in, I can't remember the name of the actual bank. Oh, Sachs Goldman, I believe Saxon Goldman or Sachs Gold, whatever. And the guy's been accused of a lot of stuff by quite a few people, and she's defending him as well. So it's very contradicting what they've done. Right, we're going to make a organisation, TimesUp, and we're going to help people. But if the person, if we know them, if we're friends, we have to look after them first, not the survivors. Which is exactly what they've done. And it is a disgrace, because Shen and Kaplan, they should be ashamed of themselves. And both of their statements they've released, Yes, I'm not the one to be in power at the moment. And you had Kaplan, well, I did this for you, I done this for you, you should all be thanking me. That's how their statements have come across. But obviously, survivors weren't happy. And if the survivors and the people in Time's Up themselves, they'd be like, no, you need to resign, we don't want you here. That just goes to show as well that these two people, and possibly many more in these organisations, are exactly the same, and they just wanted to do it so they can get a bit more power amongst themselves, which is what Roberta Kaplan did when she represented Weinstein, and then she went straight to AH. So we just go on. So that promoted a group of survivors and victims, current and former Times Up Legal Defence Fund clients and former Times Up staffers to pen an open letter to the board accusing the groups of prioritising proximity to power over mission in regard to his relationship with the ex-New York governor. Following Kaplan's exit, she maintained that she did not recall the details of her conversation with Kaplan regarding Boylan. Yes, she did. That's why she's resigned now, because obviously it's like, yeah. And if she is a lawyer as well, and she's a former chief of staff to First Lady Michelle Obama, she knows exactly what her conversation was. Named to the CEO post in 2019 after Lisa Borders stepped down from the post the previous year following allegations levelled against her own son. Jesus Christ! It's almost like that this organisation, the people they've had in power, are the ones who've been doing all this horrible shit to people. That just goes to show what they're like. Activist and survivor Alison Turkos, who organised the survivors' letter calling for an investigation into Time's Up on August 9th, said of Shen's resignation, the problems at Time's Up are deeper than Tina Shen. They're systemic. They go beyond her. In her statement, there's no acknowledgement of changed behaviour, which is what we said, and no movement toward repair. In her statement, she says we are battling each other in harmful ways. She could have taken that space for self-reflection, and yet when she opted to do was to go after the very community that is attempting to make this movement better. And we've all been saying this, ladies and gentlemen, and to be honest with you, I'm so happy it's happening, because these people now, they're starting to eat their own. We've been talking about this for over a year. These people will be going against each other. They've already started. There's infighting amongst them. It's like when a snake starts eating its own tail. This is what they're doing. And to be honest with you, I think it's absolutely amazing. Because these people, they don't deserve to have this kind of power. They don't deserve to have these jobs and to have this, because in the jobs, that power has gone straight to their head. You know, former lawyers as well, they're the ones who are the bosses and everything else. Right, if we help the New York governor, it'll look better for us then in the future. I think that they didn't expect people to come out and say, oh yeah, actually, Time's Up, you know, the one that's there to help survivors of all of this, they're helping the man accused. Yeah, doesn't look good. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.